What's up guys, John's Daily Hustle here, and this is my updated 2020 lawn care setup. So real quick, before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, check out this video of the original first lawn care setup I got started with, where you can see how I got started and where I am now. So let's jump into this. Alright, so as you guys can see, I've come a little bit of a long way anyways from the beginning. If you guys remember, I started with these two mowers here, that blower, and I actually had a residential curve shaft mower, weed eater string trimmer, sorry. So now I've upgraded, so let's jump into this here. So as you guys know, I run the Echo PAS 225, and I really like the PAS system. It has a little bit more weight to it, but I like it because I can run the edger and all different kinds of attachments. Now I still am in the market for a second weed eater. So I can mainly use that one for the attachment series. I can leave the edger on it and I don't have to keep taking it on and off, as well as I would like to have a backup weed eater just in case something happens out in the field. And of course, you guys remember Old Faithful here. It's the Pollen Pro. It's the blower vac mulcher. So it's a leaf blower, and you can take that off and put a bag on it, and it actually will suck the leaves up, or whatever you're sucking. It's really only good for leaves, which there's going to be a review on that. If it's already been listed, click right here and check that out. It's not very good with the vacuum part, but anyways, it's actually done me very well with getting started doing some leaf cleanups and just blowing the grass off of sidewalks and stuff. But I am looking at upgrading that. I can't decide if I really can't decide if I want to upgrade to a different one, like an Echo handheld or a Stihl handheld, or do I just want to buy another one of those, as it's cheap. It was $100. Or do I want to go backpack blower? I really can't decide yet. So moving on to my two main mowers here, well, at least the two smaller ones anyways. So as you guys know, I got started with these two. I would run that up in a ramp into the bed of the truck, and I took that as a backup because I had a lot of problems with that. As you can see, I've got a spare belt there I keep with it. So this one really got me going. This is tried and true. It's been pretty good, but it's been a nightmare at the same time. I prefer not to use this mower if I don't have to. It's just a 21-inch push mower. It self-propels, but it's not very good at self-propelling anymore, which you guys will see a video on that pretty soon on how to fix that. But anyways, I do have a bagger for it sitting over there, so I mainly use that for the very small properties if the customer wants the grass bagged, or if I'm doing leaf cleanups with the bagger there, it really helps doing it. I can mulch it with that and then go over with that to clean it up. But I try not to because that's extra work, but of course, I do what I have to do. So, as you guys know, I got this for free. Click right here and check that video out of me getting it free. I got this mower free. It's the 50-inch Exmark. I've got my gutter cleaning stuff in there. I used all that for gutter cleaning, which, check that video. So as you guys know, I got this for free. It's done me very well. I run this on basically all the time. This is what I try to use for everywhere, and it just so happens to work. There's just a few properties that have gates and fences that I have to get through where this has to get used. And there's one that this actually has to get used because this one's even too wide. It's that small of a gate. But luckily I won't have to do that too much longer anyways, as it's a rental property and it's getting ready to be rented. So this one, I have a mulching blocker on it, a mulch blocker, mulch plate, whatever you want to call it, because I do a lot of leaf cleanups with the gator blades. But I also take that off and just run it as it is and mow. Now the problem I had with this one is it doesn't do slopes very well. As you guys know, the big apartment complex that I mow has a pretty steep slope. It's drainage ditches. There's 3 of them. They're steep. Tried it once with this, and it just slid down and I almost got stuck. So, having said that, I had to buy this beast here. This is the 48-inch Bobcat walk-behind. It is an older model. It's like a 2007, 2008. Definitely shows its age pretty good, especially right here, but I'll get into that in a later video. So, for those of you that don't know, this is not Bobcat as in the tractor. This is a completely different mower than the skid steer Bobcats or the tractor's Bobcats. Everyone gets it mixed up and thinks, oh yeah, it's the same, it's just the mower department. No, it's nothing to do with them at all. They kind of use that name. It's pretty good marketing on their part, I think. But it's a very, very good mower. Now, by the time you guys are watching this, Bobcat did buy out Bobcat. So, it is officially Bobcat, if that makes any sense. I'm probably going to confuse you guys, but we'll get into that in a later. So anyways, I use this for any slopes that I do, as well as it's a great backup. So the guy sold this to me thinking it was a 42-inch, but it's not. It's a 48-inch. I learned that by putting it into the garage next to that and sizing up the decks and realizing that this isn't much smaller than that at all. And then that's when I realized, I measured the blades and everything, that's when I realized it's a 48-inch cut. This thing is a tank. It is an absolute beast. I have cut grass that is up to my chin with this. Cut it over once to knock it down and go back over it another time to basically mulch it up and discharge it. And it keeps on ticking. I'll try to upload a picture if I can remember of what it's done so far. So I do want to get the accelerator grass catcher for it to where I can really run this and catch the grass if needed, or for when I do leaf cleanups. And of course I had to get a sulky for it because, as you guys know, in the beginning I didn't have that, and I had walked 22 miles running behind this using both of these. So the other benefit of having this is, usually if I have somebody that helps me, they ride this on my big property. So when I'm mowing the apartment complex, I'll have that mower and that mower running. After, I'm usually the one that does all the weed eating while somebody's running that in the beginning, and then we tag team with that and finish it up quicker. So it's a really nice mower to have. So this really isn't bad for, you know, basic entry-level startup, I guess you can say. It's not quite entry-level, and it's not my startup. You know, this took me a few months to get all of this stuff. Now, it does have its flaws with this setup, as that's not very fast, nor is it commercial. I have a lot of problems with this. Nobody really wants to push mow. That thing's just an absolute tank. So I really have nothing to say bad about that. And now, especially now that I have the sulky for it. But anyways, it's not a bad startup. As you guys know, I got that free. And this, and this was my basic startup for less than $1,000. I want to say, no, sorry, it was less than $550 is what that, and that cost me. So $550 gets you this right here. Now, I ended up buying that for $700, which in my area that should go for $1,200. So that's pretty good, and I got that free. So total, this is a $1,200 setup, not including what that actually costs. That's just everything I paid is $1,200 for all this. So in my book, that's pretty damn good. So now that you guys see my new setup, I'm going to start to bring you guys on some of the problems that I've had with it here in these next later videos. You guys are going to see what has happened to this mower, what happened to the Bobcat, what have I done with it, how much of a pain in the butt this has been, and I really don't use that too much, so I really have nothing to complain about. So you guys are going to really get to see all of it, starting with reviews and just everything on it. And I'm going to show you guys the pain in the butt struggles that I had in the beginning on this, you know, budget setup. You know, you get what you pay for kind of thing in this business, and that kind of is true in a way, or it's also partly luck too. My luck, it's just the way things have happened. But anyways, this has been my budget setup, entry level for 2020. It's been pretty good for me, but now it's time to start upgrading stuff. So let me bring y'all guys through the struggles that I had with all this, and then we'll show you the next upgrade, the next new piece of equipment that I had to buy. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you haven't already subscribed in the beginning of this video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. And you guys will check out all the other videos. So I hope you guys like the setup. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching.